Namaskar friends, welcome to eSpirit World channel. In astrology, the Aries Zodiac Sign is a cardinal fire sign. Symbolized by the ram, Aries is also the youngest of the zodiac family and is the first to appear in the list of signs traditionally. The Aries personality is incredibly ambitious, pioneering, and loves a challenge. Like a rocket, they burn bright and fast and always take the lead. Of course, with any character trait of the zodiac signs, there's always a positive and negative side to them. The negatives aren't always necessarily bad per se, but they can be considered a part of one's shadow self. Many times, the same trait can be viewed either positively or negatively depending on the way you look at it. But you did, however, come here to see just how deep, dark, and dirty Aries really is, right? So, here are the top negative traits of the Aries zodiac sign per astrology. Negative traits. The bad side of Aries is pronounced when the ram doesn't fully develop on an emotional level. If Aries is late maturing, there can be a tendency towards having a wild side that can range from out of control fun to bursts of anger or even rage. Jealousy can become an obstacle to a happy relationship when Aries has not matured enough to understand human nature and the dynamics of not only relationships but the interaction between men and women. Frustrated worry Wart. Another negative side of Aries is the tendency to become a worry Wart. While it's rare to find an Aries this far on the end of the negative spectrum, it isn't very attractive when this happens. This sign is wired to be brave and outgoing. So whenever Aries worries and grows frustrated, it shakes the very foundations of the Aries persona. Most Aries have enough self-confidence that they rarely second-guess themselves. That's not to say Aries is arrogant, just very self-assured because of the influence of specific zodiac energies. Too competitive. Aries is competitive. The stiffer the competition, the more determined and competitive he'll become. This trait makes Aries an excellent sports competitor. He'll also display excellent sportsmanship traits. The negative aspect is when he becomes obsessed with winning instead of playing the game. In life, Aries can lose friends because of this competitive nature. He needs to learn to relax and not take this aspect of his nature so seriously. If he can remember that it's better to compete against self instead of others, he'll grow into the higher persona of this zodiac sign. Selfish Arrogance. As the first sign in the zodiac, the personification equates to the ID or I. The act of self-realization is the same as what's found in the development of an infant and then child. When the self overshadows all else, the sign can grow inward instead of a healthy outward development. When this happens, the energy and self-confidence associated with the sign compounds the lack of growth and a self-centered, self-absorbed perversion can occur. Impatience. Aries is great fun to be around as long as you keep up. Nothing frustrates this ram more than someone who can't keep up physically or mentally. All this energy bottled up inside Aries makes him angsty at times. This often translates into his being impatient with situations and other people. You can sense the inner tension building like a volcano that will eventually erupt. Once the cap is blown, though he'll feel much better and get back into the natural rhythm of life. Sexual Promiscuity. Aries is extraordinarily charismatic and seductive. A more spiritually developed Aries is able to channel this energy into productive endeavors and find a balanced life. Lack of direction in life. Aries usually has an early strong sense of self and direction in life. However, some don't develop that inner voice. This lack of self understanding can overshadow potentially positive traits, with the end result being of a lack of direction in life. It isn't until Aries recognizes his inner power that he can claim all of his innate abilities. This inner power might not evolve until later in life. This epiphany of who he really is may cause Aries to change everything in his life, including spouse and home. It isn't so much a midlife crisis as a desire to finally be true to himself. Aggressive bad side of Aries. If there is such a thing as being too independent and too self reliant, the ram fills the bill. It's no accident that in Greek mythology, Aries is the god of war. Remember all the energy and the frustration it can cause? Action is often Aries' solution to that intense energy, which means he's learned to be self reliant early in life in order to get what he wants when he wants it. The excellent survival skills that carry him through a jungle can just as easily as guide him through an attempted corporate takeover. These senses can become too prevalent and make him overbearing and even tyrannical. Challenges and too headstrong. Aries thrives on challenges. It doesn't matter what kind, as long as it's something he can attack and conquer. Whenever a goal becomes unattainable, Aries hunkers down and comes up with a concise plan of action. His boardroom skills are honed just as sharply as those of the war room. He can analyze a problem and clearly see the best path to resolution. Don't stand in his way once he's come up with a plan of action. Undaunted by competition, Aries doesn't relent until he's reached the goal. This trait in the extreme can make him ruthless and insensitive to the needs of others. Leadership or lack of discipline. As you can see, the bad side of Aries takes what might otherwise be good attributes to such an extreme that they become undesirable. Aries is a natural born leader. This trait makes him appear overly confident at times, but that's because he has only one mission: reach the goal. He'll listen to other opinions, but in the end, he'll trust his instincts. This can make him overbearing and unreasonable. If he learns discipline and governs his life with compassion, he can avoid taking the extreme route. So friends, hope you like this information. Write in the comment box and do not forget to share. Then we'll meet in the next video with a new topic. Thank you and goodbye.